All right, thank you so much for joining us again in our second part of Through It All. Well, tumesikia story hapa ya mbuzi ambayo inakula ugali, na sijawahi kuona mbuzi inakula ugali ikiwa moto na haiogopi, inapigwa, inakataa, mwiko inavunjika. So let us continue a little bit before we go back to Mercy, to hear more about her growing up and what happened after that and how you guys met. Sasa ibuzi, what happened? Imekula ugali yote? Yeah, the whole family.
So tulifika tu pahali juu tumeichapa na haijaachilia. My brother naye ameng'ang'ana because he's also a young boy. Amejaribu kuishika pembe asukume.
And your mother is not home.
Ninamuona aking'ang'ana now, mom is not home.
Yeah.
Ni ile unga ya mwisho. Imeisha. So tuliketi tu tukaiangalia. Ikamaliza ikatoka ikitoa sauti. Sasa
imeshiba.
Sasa imetuachia nyumba, tumebaki na mboga.
Anasema hii mbuzi haikuwa yenu, ilikuwa ya fundraising.
Ilikuwa ya fundraising.
Yeah.
I think maybe ilijua kile kitu itaifanyikia hapo mbele.
Wow.
So it was
to be sold or to be slaughtered?
To be slaughtered maybe, or to be auctioned, to raise some money. Yeah.
For what?
For treatment. Somebody had my uncle had an accident.
Yeah.
So there was a fundraising for medical fund.
Oh, that's why this goat was here.
Ilikuwa imeletwa iwekwe Githurai kwa sababu kulikuwa na compound.
So what happened after the goat has eaten all the ugali? Did you make another one?
I don't remember what happened after there, but I can assure you we didn't have ugali because ile unga ilikuwa ya mwisho.
Ilikuwa ya mwisho. Kuna ingine
tupu.
Wa.
Na tukaenda.
Mbuzi haikuuza mboga, ni ugali.
Haitaki mboga.
Ni ugali tu.
Boli nishindete bebe. So
wow.
That is how I grew up.
So that is, I mean, you had a lot of needs and poverty and lack and all that. So how was that life, and how did it shape your life and your destiny?
That for me, it got to a place where I started thinking that maybe this is how life is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Of course, I would see my neighbors living good, and they have good things and everything. But I used to think that, I can't even remember how I used to perceive that. But it was so tough. Later in life now, I began to understand what was happening, and especially when my mom died. I was in class 7.
What happened to your mom?
She got sick. She got sick, I think for 1 year. And one day she called me and told me, because then I was really, nilikuwa mtukutu sana. Nilikuwa nakataa kwenda shule. Kwa sababu tulikuwa tunachapwa sana.
Shule? So unachapwa kwa sababu umekosea ama?
Mwalimu pia naye alikuwa na threats ambazo hazikuwa mzuri. Kwa sababu saa zingine akiingia class, anaweza kuja na hasira. Na anasema siku moja ile siku atatoa machozi ya red kwa hii class. Ataua mtu. Sasa mimi nikisikia mwalimu siku moja atatoa machozi ya red.
Machozi ya red.
So I used to think this is a monster.
Wow.
He's not a teacher.
Wow.
Na alikuwa anasema anaweza ua mtu. So hiyo ikaanza kufanya pia.
Wow.
Ninapotea shule. So one day nikaitwa kwa staff room, and my mom is there. She's unwell. So I still remember one question she asked me. She told me, John, because I am going away, I might go away for a long time and not come back.
Mko shule ama nyumbani?
Tuko shule, tuko kwa ofisi ya head teacher.
She had come to school?
Yeah, because now nimekuwa tough kabisa, sitaki mambo ya shule.
Oh.
Will you continue staying away from school, or you will manage yourself well? Utajiletanga shule.
Yeah.
I am not sure whether she knew she would die.
Oh.
Or she was speaking just to encourage me.
Yeah.
So when she died, that was in 2001. I think I was 13 years. Those words kept ringing.
Yeah.
And from there, I started making my own decision.
Yeah.
And I still remember one day, I was sent home because of school fees, where I started now encountering God. I'm at home, I don't have school fees.
Yeah.
My relatives are busy with their families.
Yeah.
I'm alone there. So I've been sent home, no school fees. Na hii school fees unasikia nimefukuzwa ni 2,000 per year.
Per year?
Yes. Ilikuwa 2,000.
Wow.
Na ilikuwa imeaccumulate kwa sababu hizo siku watoto walikuwa wanaachiana deni. So my brothers walikuwa wamesoma. Oh, kuna brother yake, okay, tutaisukuma kwa huyu. Inaendelea hivyo.
Wow.
So one day I'm sent home. I'm at home. And I'm doing cleaning, busy here and there, maybe farming there, playing with the dogs. And suddenly I see a young boy come into our compound. Amevaa uniform.
Mtu najua?
It's my classmate.
Oh.
He tells me, you are needed. Namuuliza wapi? School. The head teacher is calling you.
Wow.
I said, wow, when? He said, now. I dress up quickly. Let's go.
Yeah.
I go to the head teacher's class, Mr. Gadua. And he tells me, now, some people came here and they brought a check of 5,000.
Wow.
I don't know who they are, but they said they brought it for you.
Wow.
I had not told anyone that I've been sent
But you
home,
didn't have school fees.
that I didn't have
and
school
all that.
fees. And up to date, sijawahi jua nani walilipa hiyo. Because I didn't know what a check is.
They didn't even say who they were.
No. They said maybe, but I didn't know what a check is. Because Abu head teacher ameniambia.
Yeah. They brought a check.
Yeah. So
God sends
kama
angels.
nimelipiwa deni yote, nimebaki na deni ya 25 shillings. Sasa hiyo I think hawakufuatilia.
Hey, okay. Those are angels.
Yeah, they were angels. Up to date sijawahi jua nani alilipa hizo 5,000.
Wow.
So that really
So you're now back to school?
Now I'm back to school. I'm in class 8 now.
Yeah.
I'm all by myself. I started making decisions on my own.
Your elder brothers, they are not home?
My elder brother, the firstborn, got into drugs.
Oh, my.
Because I think of frustration in life. And he dies in 2006.
Oh.
So he was not responsible enough because of mental illness, drugs, and now he cannot be responsible. That's the firstborn. The secondborn is in high school, and he also got into the same trend.
Wow.
And 2006, the secondborn disappears. To date, we have never heard of him. Yeah, he just went missing.
It's never been seen?
He's never been seen.
Whoa.
So I realized I'm all by myself here, and I've started seeing God now. There was a small Bible in my small house there, a Gideon's Bible.
Yeah.
So that's what I started reading, and I started praying, but just by myself. Because I remember as a young boy, back kidogo, nilikuwa na mobilize watoto wa kijiji, and I would make microphone ya matope. Ninawahubiria, ninawaambia nikisema touch, mujiangushe na mscream. Na kwa sababu kwa manyasi, so I would say 1, 2, 3, touch, and they will all fall down rolling and laughing.
You are being called to be a preacher, yeah?
I joked with the wrong thing because I never knew that I would
one day.
So
where is your third brother now?
The second born.
The first born is is dead.
Is dead.
The second one got lost.
Yeah. Now I have my sister.
Your sister now?
My sister now is married.
Okay.
She lives in Mahio. I'm a mother of 5.
Oh.
Yes.
So the other 2 of you remaining.
Now the 2 of us remaining.
Wow, we'll come back to that. Mercy. You're hearing this story. Sounds like a movie. For you now, you know, you went through school and what did you do like after school?
After school, I came to Nairobi. I didn't say in Nanyuki.
Yeah.
When I was in grade 3, now coming to 4, we moved to Chuka.
Okay.
And now our dad told us that he had been called into ministry, full-time ministry.
Oh.
So we were wondering why we are moving at God has said, but we just followed to see. We were wondering, we are moving from our place to another place.
Yeah.
And it's my dad's home. So we were wondering how can somebody open even a church in their place. Yeah. But we just followed. We saw God do great things, the struggles of starting a church.
Yeah.
We were introduced to ministry. But now we had hii title ya pastor's children. So yes, saa zingine tulikuwa tunanyamazishwa na hiyo, huwezi jitetea.
Wewe ni mtoto wa pastor, nyamaza.
Unafaa kusijui kudress aje.
You should behave like in a certain they look at you like you are the pastor.
Yes, ukionekana na kijana kama wewe ni msichana.
Yeah.
It's a story.
Mtoto wa pastor.
Anafanya nini na boys?
Too much pressure.
Yes, but we grew. God provided for us.
Yeah.
At some point Dad left work to do now full-time ministry. Tukaona akipitia mambo magumu, saa zingine anavaa shirt huku imeraruka, watu wanamchekelea, but we saw the Lord restore.
Wow.
Yes, so we were able to go through school.
Okay.
And after school now I came to Nairobi kutafuta kazi.
Okay.
It was really a hustle. Kama umezoea soft life, umezoea ukitisha pocket money unapewa.
Yeah.
So sasa unakuja kujitafutia. But I was determined that I will.
So how was it coming to? Who are you staying with in Nairobi? Did you rent a place or you had family?
No, I was staying with my cousin and another friend.
Okay.
Now in Githurai 45. The
same place?
Yes.
Mahali ile goat. na kuinda antelopes. So you are now in Githurai 45?
Yes.
Okay.
So tuka hustle tukitafuta makazi.
Yeah.
Nakumbuka nikipata kazi Roysambo ya writing.
So have you done any course training?
Yes. I did a Bachelor's of Commerce Accounting.
Yeah.
At Kabarak University.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got a job in Roysambo. I worked for some time. And then at the end of the month I was never paid. Another month I was never paid. Sasa
anakuwekea pesa.
Ananiambia
wakulipe ikiwa mingi ama
but sasa in the long run huyo mtu alianza kuniambia atanitembelea kwangu, anilete shopping. So I refused. But now in that process I got a job at Bishop Gitare's place as an admin assistant.
Okay.
So that's how I started my working journey.
Okay.
And also now ministry in Nairobi.
Okay.
And at some point vile niliteseka sana, my mom alikuwa ananiambia nirudi nyumbani. Kwa sababu there is everything I need. But I refused. I remember tukienda kukula kwa hizo vibanda za Githurai. Nakula food ya 30 bob. Kama hauna 30 bob, unanunua maybe maziwa yenye imewekwa maji na kakeki.
Wow. Maziwa inawekwa maji. Ndio uza pesa ngapi?
Maybe 5 bob, 10 bob.
Wow.
Yeah. Na pia huko ndo nilijulia train.
Ulijulia?
Train, kupanda train.
Ya kwenda wapi?
Kwenda Tao. So because I was working in Hurlingham, and maybe my budget haikuwa inaingiana, I used to use the train. And the first time I remember boarding a train, we were pushing each other, and I found myself nimeshikilia ile chuma nikatolewanishwa. So I was swinging. Nasikia watu wakisema haya ataanguka haya. And I went in. And now nikajua hii Nairobi sio ya kuexcuseana. Especially in Githurai.
You have to fight.
Yes, you need to fight until you get where you are. And through, I think, staying in Githurai, it gave me resilience and that desire to make it, regardless of the challenges.
Mnaishi like how big was the house in?
Double room.
Mkiwa watatu? Okay.
So my cousin na mimi tunalala room moja. Then there was the other friend in another room.
Okay. Share it. Mna share rent? Okay.
But hao walikuwa wananisaidia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, so now you're in Githurai. Na John ako Githurai. Sasa mnakutana wapi? Kwa mtaa ama kwa train? Where did you meet John?
Thank you. The fact that she was in Githurai all that time, I never met her there. Interestingly. We met in Thika in a leaders seminar. I had followed you there.
Church seminar?
A church seminar.
Okay.
It was bishop, reverends, and church leaders.
Okay.
Can't remember the name, but it was in Thika Makongeni.
Okay.
Pale kwa Bishop Mulandi. So how we met is I accompanied Pastor Pale Githurai back then. Pastor Tony, we went with him. And nikiwa huko kwa seminar kuna ile I didn't have money. I still remember vile nilikuwa nimevaa, kuna kasweta nilikuwa nimevaa ya kutoka Italy.
Ulikuwa mbele kama unavaa manguo ya Italy.
Nilitaka kuguza hapo kwa sababu hata kama sikuwa na pesa nilikuwa nimepewa hiyo sweta na teacher Fred Geshuro. Alikuwa mwalimu wetu pale Naisom. So hiyo sweta I valued it sana kwa sababu it was the only one I had. So ninajiona nikiwa nimesimama pahali na I saw her 3 times before we even met.
Still in the church?
Within the church. At one point I'm standing somewhere and you know how you hang. Najua kuna vile unaweza kuwa umezubaa hivi, you are alone. Watu wana interact again madhire kokorato ido haya. You have no money. Unaliona contribution, maneno utaenda kuchangia gani. So umekaa hivi and suddenly I realized I am looking at a girl and she is also busy doing her own things. I move away. Juu sasa niliona watu watafikiria this guy, what's wrong with him? So I move away and I get busy. The next time I'm standing somewhere and I hear her voice. She's sharing a testimony. She's telling someone at a distance. Lakini nasikia kasauti tu, what happened? God healed me. I am so happy. I look, it's you again. What's happening here? I move away. Sasa here comes party ya kupatana. Jioni ni masaa ya kwenda nyumbani. Mimi nimeambiwa naingia kwa gari yako. Kwa sababu sina fare. Nimekimbia kwa ile Prado, nimejiseti huko nyuma kwa kona, tule tuviti unakunjua weka huko. Naingia haraka huko nisitolewe.
Ula kwa boot.
Sitaki mchezo kwa sababu nikitolewa hapo
hauna fare.
Sina fare. So nimekaa hapo kidogo Pastor Tony comes ananiambia, "Hey, nani alikwambia uingia?" Bishop ako na wageni, kuna watu wanabeba hapo. Toka. Fanya hivi. Kuna ile gari unaona inaenda kutoka kwa gate. Huyo ni Bishop Sami Gitari. Kimbia hapo anaenda Githurai. Hawajaongea naye.
Hey.
Na nimeambiwa nikimbize gari.
Ilikuwa van ama gari dogo?
Ilikuwa premium.
Okay.
Ile premium wakati zilikuwa zimekuja. Ndio huyo bibi.
Nakimbiza gari sasa.
Ninagonga gari ya askofu. Anateremsha kioo. Ninamwambia nimeambiwa unaenda Githurai. Nimeambiwa niingie kwa hii gari. Before aseme yes ama no.
Umefungua na umeingia.
Majibu inipate nikiwa ndani.
Okay.
Kuangalia hivi, the third time she is seated there.
The same lady.
Sasa hapo hata siongei. Kwa sababu sasa nimejijazia. Huyu msichana huyu ni daughter ya
Bishop.
So hapa siwezi kuongea maneno mingi.
Wow.
But eventually along the journey from Thika back then kulikuwa na traffic.
Yeah.
So we started talking. I told her I'm looking for new friends in life.
Okay.
And that's where it started. She also said, I'm also looking for friends.
Okay.
So, wow, we are doing the same thing here.
You're connecting now.
And that's how we started. Along the way, we in fact, wakati alikuja kutembea kanisani because I invited her, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
So I later found a text. Then nilikuwa discouraged. I'm wondering, what is church for? Why should I go to church?
Yeah.
That is the Sunday she came.
Oh.
And I find a text. She's telling me she's in church. She didn't see me.
Oh.
I said, oh, wow, you came to visit. So the next Sunday, I started
She
going
brought
to
you back to church.
I told her next Sunday nitakuwa.
I'll be there. You
You
better
can
come
visit
back.
Again.
She's doing follow-up on my discipleship.
Sasa hapo ndio fellowship ikaanza.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And one thing led to another. 2 years down the line, 2013,
Wow.
we started
You got
our
married.
lives together.
So I somehow brought the contributor to the connection.
A lot.
You should be paying me for that. Take me to a nice hotel and buy me dinner.
Awesome. It's coming.
Wow. Now here you are married.
Yeah.
How was that? Starting off. Somebody is coming from a good family. I mean, established family, regular family. But for you, you're coming from a family that have gone through so many losses, and your mother is not there and all that. How was that? For the two of you coming together, that was kind of coming from different directions.
It was tough, but one thing that gave me hope, the kind of sermons you used to teach us,
okay,
pale Githurai, and I used to watch how you're doing things, even at a distance. And nilikuwa naona you're talking about faith, that you can do things just by believing God. I said, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
I'm jobless. I started organizing the wedding. I did it by faith. We did it by faith. I would say that. And even how I got the money for dowry and everything, it was out of faith. Because I remember the first time I went with my friends to see her parents. Account yangu ilikuwa dormant. And I only had 6,000.
Yeah.
I spoke to one of my friends, nikamwambia wewe siko na gari. Utatusaidia na hiyo gari. Na huyu mwingine nikamwambia wewe nawe si ulioa juzi tu na you have money. You will fuel the car. Mimi hizi 6,000 tunafanya shopping zote.
Wow.
So we went and we promised to come back. Ule ana promise atakurudi, account ni dormant. So time is moving. I've mobilized my family. They are asking how umejipanga aje. Ninawaambia nimejipanga. Kila kitu iko
kila kitu ni shwari.
Kila kitu iko shwari. So I organized, and 2 weeks from the day we were to see the parents, I decided I will do things by faith. Wow. Nikaamuka siku moja, nikaenda pale Ruiru, nilikuwa nauza mashamba, nimekosa customer. Nikaenda kwa bank Equity Ruiru.
Wow.
Nikachukua deposit slip. My account is dormant. Nikachukua deposit slip nikajaza 100,000.
Itoka wapi?
Sasa ni imani. Nikapanga line kama wale watu wengine.
Wow.
Nikaingia kwa line. Because now I'm crazy. I'm wondering, God, what are we doing here?
And you have to get married.
I have to get married. I promised the parents we are coming back. I've told my family I'm ready with everything.
Wow.
Tunasonga, line ni mrefu. Tunasonga, watu wanalalamika, nami nalalamika. Kwa nini tunaenda pole pole hivi?
But where is the money coming from? Your
I'm the only crazy person in the banking hall. That one I was sure. So we keep moving.
Wow.
And by the time nilikaribia till I took off.
Ala.
Because now I realized anaweza ita security. So nikatoka tu, but I knew I activated something.
Wow.
A few days to the day we were to visit the parents.
Yeah.
Niko kwa gari, tumetoka Ruiru tunaenda kuhubiri Kamulu. That time we were doing a crusade in Kamulu.
Yeah.
I get a call. Somebody want to see the plots, the migoda maguta those you are selling.
Yeah.
Anipigia simu, saa hiyo ndio nimeingia gari tunaenda Kamulu, imeruka reli ya kutoka Ruiru. Ninagonga naambia shukisha. Ananiambia unashuka aje na hiyo kiti tayari. Nikamwambia hao watalipa. Na usiache mtu aketia hapo.
Wow.
Kwa sababu imelipiwa. Nikaenda, huyo customer ananiambia nataka kuona hizo ploti saa hii. It's 4 p.m.
Wow.
We go, tukaenda Juja Farm, nikaonyesha yeye ploti, tukarudi Ruiru. It's almost 7. Nikamuuliza haya, sasa mpira iko pande yako, umeonaje? Utakuja kulipa lini? Anaweza kukuja lini? Si mimi nalipa saa hii.
Wow.
Wait a minute. The guy had loads of cash here. He goes pay and I walk away with the money.
Wow.
Miraculously. Wow. So that's how I got the dowry.
Wow.
So by the time nilikuwa narudi, nilikuwa nimejua hata kumbe Isili kuna suti mzuri. So nikaenda pala nikajipamba. So by the time tunarudi kwa wazazi, nilikuwa smart kuliko. I was so confident. Now I'm telling even my family, hey, I told you nimejipanga, why didn't you believe me?
Wow.
Some of them had withdrawn. They said that.
Hauna chochote.
This guy,
wow.
no.
Faith is working.
Faith is working now. Nimeona, oh, God, you're answering prayers. I'm still jobless then because tulikuwa tunalipwa na commission.
Yeah.
So I take the dowry and the wedding is coming. Sasa nikutafuta pahali ya kuishi. Alikuwa anaishi bed sitter, mimi naishi single. She was working. I'm not. So siwezi mtoa bed sitter nimpeleke single. Na mimi sina kazi. After now we get married. So what I did, tukatafuta nyumba. Nika identify moja mpya. And it's a 1 bedroom.
Yeah.
I decided here I'm going to use faith again. One morning I knew the owner. I dress up well. Nikachukua diary. Sasa ingine ukiwa mtu wa faith ni kama conman.
Sisi tuonekane hata wewe upo.
Nikaweka kalamu hapa. And I say I booked an appointment here. I wanted to see the owner of that house.
Wow.
Oh yeah, we're waiting for you. We were expecting you.
Wow.
The boss is there. Just give us a minute. It's Chumambili. So after a few minutes I'm invited there. I sit there. I told him, hello, I saw your houses and umefanya kazi mzuri.
And this time you have nothing in your pocket.
I have nothing now.
Wow.
Umefanya kazi mzuri, sasa naona hizo nyumba na zimenipendeza na mimi nafanya harusi na nataka kuoana niishi hapo.
Wow.
But sasa nilisikia hiyo bei unalipisha juu sana. Vile tutafanya vile nataka tufanye.
You're negotiating now.
Yeah, vile tutafanya utapunguza hiyo bei unilipishe 7,000 up from 9,500. Unilipishe 7,000 just for 1 year. This 7,000 I'll be paying you miezi miwili. So hiyo nadhani aliona inakuja ikiwa 14.
It's a good deal. Wow.
Nikaona anafanya hesabu yake hapo. Na nyumba nilikuwa naona ziko empty pia.
Yeah.
Na mkikuu naye ukimtajia katita hivi. Nikamwambia ndalipa yote hii ya kwanza.
Wow.
Akasema no problem. You can just pay now.
Hey.
Sasa amenikubalisha na sina pesa. That's a story for another day.
Na nyumba uliingia?
Niliingia sasa.
Imani inafanya kazi.
Imani inafanya kazi. Na haikuwahi fungwa. Wakati tuliingia hapo nilichukua.
You got married and you stayed there.
Yes, nilichukua mafuta. Niwaambia kuja nikuonyeshe vile mimi naishi na imani. Baba yangu amenifunza imani. Kwa padlock. Nobody will ever place their finger here. Ati wanakuja kuongeza padlock ingine. Ati tumeshindwa kulipa. Mafuta pa.
Wow. You've learned faith.
By the time our resources were being depleted, that's when I got a job.
Wow.
And that's how God has provided for us.
Wow. Yeah. Our time is running out. So through this, Matthew, what can you remember? Maybe a difficult episode in your life. You know, people listening, there are some who have gone through difficult times, challenging times. Maybe you can share one or two that you remember that through your journey, whether before marriage or after marriage, that you have gone through that you'd want to encourage somebody.
What I can remember, I was a sickly child.
Okay.
I used to have allergies. I struggled with asthma a lot.
Wow.
And I remember as a child, wengine wakikunywa soda, ice cream, I was denied that.
Wow.
Because whenever like I took those, I would get sick, and then I used to go to hospital for the jabs. Hizo doses zilikuwa I think 3. But over time I realized the power of prayer and the way my dad used to pray and pray for people and they get healed. So every time kuna altar call church, na nilikuwa na believe maombi ya my dad sana. Nilikuwa natokea naombewa. Na nakumbuka by the time ninafika high school, hiyo ugonjwa ilikuwa imeisha kabisa.
Wow.
I stopped taking medication and I saw the Lord heal me.
Wow.
And even up to now, hata kama saa zingine inanisumbua kidogo, it has never been intense as it was.
Wow.
So I would encourage the viewers, if you are going through a tough time in your life, whether small or big, you can trust in God for that.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. What a miracle. So God heals. You have a testimony.
Yes, he does.
Wow.
Yes.
Now you are married, you got married, children, family, ministry. How do you cope? Job, you know, Kazi, you have a full-time job. How do you cope with all this?
I think I used to think you can be able to balance life. But at times it's just prioritizing.
Okay.
And being intentional, especially when these other things come, because there is demand, you will find yourself there. But now for your relationship as a couple, you must be intentional and create time for each other and grow and learn from one another. I can say I have learned a lot from him. He is a man of faith. He's a practical person. He thinks outside the box. Saa zingine mimi nafikirianga on a straight line, but yeye anaenda ananiambia what if we do this, what if we do this. So even though we have different upbringings and we have gone through different challenges, I also appreciate that I can learn something from him. And also I appreciate whether I am successful in the marketplace or not, whether I am earning more or less than him. I appreciate that he's the priest of the family and he's the head of the family. And also I think I have a reference point from my parents, so it is easy. Hata kama saa zingine mtu anasikia kubeba bags aende ajifiche kidogo aende leave.
Pressure ni mingi.
Yes. Kwanza yenye nimekuwa challenged, it's when we started the church. You know, now he's the pastor. Na tumekosana. Sasa kama tulikuwa tumekosana Saturday na kesho ni Sunday,
na anaenda kuhubiri.
Nani atahubiri?
Na shida ataambia watu nini?
Hata sishindwi ataambia watu nini cause watu hawajui, but mimi kuna hiyo sasa I need to receive and give him space. Saa zingine unasikia ni kama hautaenda kanisa but najiuliza, kuna siku hata moja niliona mom hajaenda church. So I say, I never saw my mom refuse to go to church regardless of the challenges. So with that, I think I have a reference point. So for me, it has been easier. Yes.
Real life issues.
Yes.
Yeah, that's important because those things happen, and you find hata mtu anasema leo siendi ama naachwa nyumbani. You find somebody is not going to church for several months because of, I think, also separating issues. Of course, sometimes there can be a conflict back home, but it doesn't mean there is conflict in the church or at work. Just like the way you go to work, you don't refuse to go to work because you had a conflict at home. You resolve the issues as life goes on, as work goes on, as ministry goes on. Thank you for sharing that. John, as we close, what is your, the final word where you can encourage somebody? Listening to your story, you have gone through so much and a lot of losses, losing a mom, 2 brothers, and so many things, poverty and all that. I mean, what would you tell people who are listening to you right now, who are going through desperation, losses? They can't even pay school fees. They can't, maybe they have lost, parents or all those kind of things. You don't even know your dad. You have never met your dad. And I don't know how you were able to rise above all that. Maybe you can answer that as you encourage other people. If you can look at that camera and talk to them for a minute, I think that would help somebody.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Bishop. I would say this to our viewers today, that when you cry to God, God will always send someone to help you out. And in this case, for my life, God brought you in the picture. You might not even be talking with that person, but just by observing how that person is doing life, you end up learning, because that's how I started learning. That's how I started practicing what I see you do. And interestingly, God began to draw me closer to you, to mentor me even more, and you have played a very big role in my life. So if there's somebody out there and you're struggling, you think there is no hope, there is God in heaven who answers prayers. You don't have to give up, you don't have to quit, you just have to learn how to humble yourself and tell God to help you. What has kept me going and what has preserved my life is the fact that I accepted Jesus as my Savior. There was a curse running and destroying the male child in my family. And when I said yes to Jesus, that's when it stopped. God gave me victory. You are there, you don't know where to start. Start with Jesus. That is where real victory is found. I'm seated here today because I found Jesus. You can make it, you can purpose today to seek God. He will guide you, He will give you victory, and He will order your steps. And another thing I feel God lead me to say is we have become a know-it-all generation. We don't want to be mentored, and we don't want to honor those who are ahead of us. Dishonor breeds disqualification. If you dishonor those people who God has placed above you, you will be disqualified. You dishonor your parents, you are disqualified for long life. You are disqualified for blessings. That is what God says. You dishonor the servants of God, you dishonor those who are in authority, you get disqualified for the blessings. Learn to honor those who are ahead of you and emulate their steps. They might not be perfect. Some people say marriage is not working, but you can look around and you will see people who are saying it is working. Emulate those who are speaking success. Don't pursue just to be famous or just saying what other people are saying. We are getting influenced by social media. and there's a lot of negativity there. Purpose to pursue God and follow the steps that God is leading you to take. And that way you're going to come out, you're going to stay afloat. Challenges will be there, but there will be hope. God will always guide you and order your steps.
Amen.
Amen.
Wow. You've had it, and that's a true testimony. And I like the conclusion that Pastor John says, knowing Jesus, allowing him to change your life, praying, waiting on him, trusting in him, and then you'll find hope. So I want to say to you, there is hope for you. Don't give up, don't quit, trust in him. And if you want to give your life to him, he can change your life right now. You can actually send a message to that number, and somebody will be waiting to pray with you and lead you to know him and trust in him. If you are a believer, you're going through a lot of pain and difficult times and wondering, how can I navigate through this journey? There is hope, and you've heard it from John and Mercy. They've come a long way. They are still in the journey. It's not over. But again, you can listen and hear that God is helping them. He will help you, and you will come through stronger and more efficient in your life. So thank you for joining us. That's all we had for this program today, but I have no doubt it's changing your life, and you have been encouraged to continue pressing on, pushing, trusting God, and even listening to their story, how they met. It's just those simple steps. Somebody somewhere you meet, and the journey begins, and then God orders your steps. So thank you for being with us. We end it there, and we'll see you next time. This is Through It All.